Administration's leading intellectual, the National Security Advisor, Anthony Lake, a couple of years ago, outlining the Clinton Doctrine, as it came to be called. He said, throughout the Cold War, we contained a global threat to market democracies. Now we should seek to enlarge their reach. And he went on to say that there's no longer any barrier to our extending to the whole world what he called the enduring truths about our own history and the constant face of everything we have ever done, namely our dedication to tolerant societies in which governments do not abuse people. The most fundamental of the enduring truths is, still quoting, "Of course, we do not seek to expand the reach of our own institutions by force, subversion, or repression, but rather, alone in history, we've always kept to persuasion, compassion, and other peaceful means." And commentators were much impressed by this enlightened vision of the move from containment to enlargement, and by this very persuasive rendition of the enduring truths of history, although it's true that some were concerned, afraid that we might go too far in our traditional altruism and benevolence. Henry Kissinger was one who urged that we also pay some attention on the side to our own interests and needs, instead of just dedicating ourselves wholeheartedly to the service of others, as we've traditionally done and will now do throughout the world. I should add that it's not there were similar refrains sung in the client states. So, for example, the prestigious International Institute of Strategic Studies in London, in its 1989 review of world affairs, explained that during the Cold War in the United States, the principles of democracy and commitment to human rights and free markets were distorted by or subordinated to the need to contain a Soviet threat. But with the Cold War ending, the United States will be free to see the problems of the world's impoverished nations, their critical debt burden, their fragile political processes, and related human rights violations in their own terms, rather than through the East-West prism. So, in other words, the U.S. will now at last be free to show its constant face and to act in accordance with the enduring truths for the first time in history. Well, I'll spare you any further rhetoric, and I won't insult your intelligence by comparing the enduring truths to the facts, although it is a useful and enlightening exercise. It's one that would be undertaken routinely in free societies, maybe taught in elementary schools. Well, let's turn to the present situation now that
until I put Noam Chomsky on, this crazy cat was laying over there asleep. And Chomsky had just gotten up to speak. This is an old speech. I've listened to it 100 times. As soon as Mr. Chomsky got to talking, this cat woke up and started this insane ecstatic kneading. He likes Chomsky. It wakes up some primal urge, a demiurge in this tuxedo cat. When Chomsky talks, he gets up and gets into his ecstatic kneading. Okay, well, that's interesting. Anything else? No, this is just one of them documentary little old films. I'm going to try to take it up to the Burning Man place and take the cat too, so we can always present our enduring face as Mr. Chomsky.